Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Bonnie Coyle, the Public Health Director here at Cabarrus Health Alliance. Today is June 10th and our COVID-19 case count is at 659 cases. We have 26 deaths and 470 recovered. That leaves 163 active cases of COVID-19 in Cabarrus County. Of those, more than 80% are not linked to long-term care facilities. That number of 659 cases may sound a little higher than what you might remember from last week, because it is. And I want to show you some data tables today that show you what's happening over the past week in the county. You can get to the data tables by going to our webpage, www.cabarrushealth.org/COVID-19, and then clicking there on the link. I want to focus here on our lab confirmed cases over the past 14 days and then the positive tests. If you look here at our lab confirmed cases, what you'll see here is the reddish orange line shows you how many total cases we've had since March when we had our first case, and you'll see that that line is continuing to go upward. What we want to see is that this line starts to bend down to show that we are starting to get the epidemic under control. But you'll see, unfortunately, instead, what we have is an even steeper rise in cases, especially this past week. We had over 100 cases in just this past week, which is the most cases we've had in any week during the entire pandemic. What you see down here with the blue bars is demonstrating how many cases were diagnosed each week since the start of the pandemic. And you'll see here again the significant jump in the new cases in just this past week compared to the previous weeks. What we really want to see to show that we are having this pandemic get under control is that the new cases continues on a downward trend. So this is a very, very concerning trend for us to keep an eye on. We are doing more tests, which might be why we're seeing a little bit of an increase in the number of positive tests. So what we also look at to see if that is an issue is how many of all the tests we're doing are coming up positive. And we want that to be a relatively low number, which means we're getting out there, we're doing enough tests, we're finding the cases that we need to find, but that the percentage of the tests is staying low. What you see here is the past few weeks, the percentage of positive tests is creeping up, which again indicates that we are starting to see more community spread now that we have moved into the reopening phase. So the message for today is one of we all need to stay very, very vigilant to practicing good practices, following the 3 W's. We really should all be wearing a mask when we are out in public or when we're in close contact with other individuals. We need to practice social distancing, so please keep maintaining that 6 feet away from everyone so as not to potentially spread. And then lastly, to be washing our hands several times a day to make sure that we are not inadvertently spreading infection with our hands. If you would like to access this information, again, www.cabarrushealth.org/COVID-19. And if you have any COVID-19 related questions, please email healthinfo@cabarrushealth.org or call the health line at 704-920-1213. Have a wonderful afternoon.